We are going to really good, and we've got 10 guys in really good.
This is where it gets juicy. We got really good and then pretty solid next. I'll name them off first, then we'll go through them. Sean Murphy, new Braves acquisition. Cal Raleigh. I think that's a name that a lot of people might not know yet that you need to. Big dumper.
I feel like everyone really got to know that name towards the end of the regular season.
I hope so.
Last year.
Led catchers in home runs last year. Salvi Perez, kind of on the downside, the back end of his career, very much so on the back end of his career, but still very productive. And friend of the podcast, Salvador Perez. Travis d'Arnaud, Alejandro Kirk, Wilson Contreras, Jose Trevino, William Contreras, MJ Melendez, and Jonah Heim of the Texas Rangers are all the names that I have in this really good category. Alejandro Kirk, obviously, maybe not obviously, first-time All-Star last year, voted in by the fans, got a ton of votes. Good for him there. Wilson Contreras, new St. Louis Cardinal. That's big. Been a Cub his entire life and was part of that core. Mm-hmm. Last guy of the core to be moved, and he has now moved to the St. Louis Cardinals. Jose Trevino, first-time All-Star last year with the New York Yankees. William Contreras on the move, now with the Brewers. How did he end up on the Brewers? It was the craziest trade of all time, but he is there. MJ Melendez, the future for the Kansas City Royals at the catcher position. They have two catchers in this category, but he can also play third base. He can play outfield. He's very versatile. He's really good. And Jonah Heim with the Rangers is the future at their catcher position, I believe, as well. So a lot of names in here.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy, probably the biggest one that I really want to talk about because that was the Braves' big move this offseason, was trading for him. And he's one of the bright young stars in the game at the catcher position, which isn't easy to come by. A catcher that can be really good defensively and can also put up numbers offensively. He did well last year. 250, 18 homers, 66 RBIs out of the catcher position. You will take that absolutely. So big acquisition there. And you mentioned Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
You're right. Big dumper. People learn the name. He's got the nickname Big Dumper because he has a big butt. That's what that was.
So funny. But he also had really big moments. He had really big moments at the end of the season.
I like Big Dumper more than big moments.
All right. Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah.
He hit that big home run that clinched the playoffs for them. Basically, he ended in a way.
Probably one of the cooler recent moments in Seattle baseball history, watching that and seeing the whole stadium erupt.
So when you look at his numbers last year, 211, 27 homers, 63 RBIs, you think, what? 211? Cal Raleigh got off to an abysmal start last year. One of those starts that you can't really climb out of average-wise. So I don't look at that number and say, well, Cal Raleigh's never going to hit for 211 is terrible. No. He just got out to a start that he couldn't recover from. They sent him down. He came back up, and he was great. Very productive. 27 home runs out of the catcher spot. I'm very excited for the future and what Cal Raleigh has to hold. And those are my really good catchers.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.